Good morning, everybody. Ethan Corsi here. Woke up this morning, had something on my heart, and figure I'd get it out. Um, Topic today is what's distracting you. This is something that is really on my heart because as this generation, we really realize it's like we have so many distractions. Whether it's our phones, whether it's women, whether it's any type of recreational drugs or alcohol, really. So really, like my definition of anything that distracts you is something that distracts you from the highest version of yourself, the best version of yourself. Anything you use as an excuse, really. One could say even a job is a distraction because it's really disconnecting you from your true purpose, like why we're put here on earth, really. So, in this modern age, we have all this technology, we have all this convenience, but with that, sometimes we lose ourselves with that convenience. And it's up to us and up to our connection with God to really break through that and really give us the clarity we need to really push through and the things we got to do. And I'll say this, David Goggins is a great speaker, and he says like one thing you got to do is like you got to go through the pain, you got to go through the darkness. There's gonna be a lot of long periods of failing. You got to learn how to fail, and through that, eventually you'll see some light. But you can't see light unless you go through all the darkness, all the pain, all the turmoil, all the confusion, all the distraction. So then you really know how to be clear with what you want. So that's something that was really on my heart. And then I'll keep talking, really. And a lot of men, especially my age, I'm about 23. A lot of men my age said, man, like I want to lock in. I want to put the females to the side so I can really lock in and really build what I want. And I was like that for a long time. But what you really realize is like, you know, finding a good woman, you know, is the key to being the best version of yourself too. But the one who finds a good wife finds a good thing. That Bible verse in Proverbs. So it's all about finding them. Because there's gonna be a lot of lost souls out here, and you gotta have the discernment to really say, hey, is she for me or is she not? And if you're a distracted individual, you may be too distracted if you have that clarity to really see that she's not for you. Like maybe your flesh wants her, but your spirit, your soul realizes like she's not really for you. So it's really up to your discernment and having that relationship with God to really let you know, it's like, hey, is she for me? Is she gonna build me up or is she gonna distract me and pull me down? So that's what it really comes down to. When you want somebody that you call your queen, she gotta be beautiful inside and out. And a lot of people don't really connect with the inside part because they're like, you have some success, you build yourself up, you're gonna be a lot of beautiful women on the outside that wants your attention, that wants your commitment. But it's really finding one that's beautiful outside, but more importantly, beautiful inside. Because those are things that are gonna raise your children. Those things are gonna build you up energetically, spiritually, emotionally. So we can't miss these things, brothers. We can't. And that's why we can't be lustful. That's why we really can't be lustful, because lustful is just all flesh. And like my brothers who really experience life, where that gets you. Unfulfilled. Feeling like you left drained almost. And like a lot of the media kind of like kind of emphasizes that, like, man, like, she sucked the soul out of me. And it's like people don't really resonate with like what that sentence really means. It's like, man, it's like this person that I was so lustful over, got me there and took a part of me that I felt like is fundamental to who you are, and people don't realize that starts to build a cycle. It starts to be a cycle. So you really want to be doing those things. Really, you want to find you a woman who's like serving God and really about who she says you are, and then build a life with her. And with that, the world has so much pain. Either you're gonna be the victim of the pain or you're gonna be the victor over the pain. Because like once you go through the pain and like the pain's tricks, you can go straight through it. Or if you have some more discernment, you can really pivot and not have to go through that pain because you don't seen that pain before. You can kind of forge a route with more clarity that avoids that pain, that circumnavigates that pain. You know, I say a lot of the pain we go through is self-inflicted. Like we do this stuff to ourselves, you know. So we gotta realize that and lock in with that, because it's like, you wasn't supposed to be at the club popping bottles, you know, inviting the females over to the section and everything. Think you the man and everything, because at the end of the day, you know, I don't really hear about much people finding queens and goddesses and wives at the clubs really. So it's kind of like, unless she there for some type of random scenario, it's very unlikely you're gonna find the right one at the clubs. So you really gotta put yourself in the right environments, because the environment is so important. Environment. You know, and nobody can really save you except the God within you. That's why you gotta build that connection with God, really, because you really can't be saved by anybody else. Like, like your parents may give you some discernment, give you some direction, but it's kind of up to you to build that relationship with God to really set your life up on the right path and forge your own track. Because at the end of the day, they're gonna be gone, and it's gonna be you. And like, for my men on this channel, is like, you really gotta like forge that foundation for your future family, really. So it starts with you, it starts with your self-control, it starts with your discipline. So all these things gotta like build the foundation, because if you don't have that strong foundation, you're gonna have arguments, you can have fights. Like, to be honest, I don't even argue with women, because like, they don't really push me with that energy, because I know what I want, and it's kind of like, they're there to assist me in my purpose, and if they're not, I get them out the way without hesitating. So it's kind of like all that, oh yeah, I love being toxic, yada yada yada. It's like, if I see shorty write some stuff like, yeah, like, toxic queen on her caption, unfollow, bye. Because it's like, why are you parading, why are you championing that? I don't want any of that. And then next point is, the world is ruthless. It will chew you up. It will chew you up if you don't present yourself as food. Yeah. So pretty much like, life is the greatest teacher in a way. So you either learn from life, or life will keep teaching you, and you don't want to be getting tough lessons over and over and over again, because like, that stuff gets draining. Like, you don't want to be fumbling the bag too many times, because at the end of the day, there's gonna be no more bags coming to you. And when you got no bags, then you're gonna be really diving into those, like, those deep desires of like, oh, like, I feel so bad right now, let me do something to feel so good in 5 minutes. Like, those quick impulsive decisions are not really good for you. Like, anything that's really built takes time. Anything that's really built, that's worth building, takes a lot of time. So we really gotta be able to have that direction, have that consistency, have that discipline to really push through some things, because it's like, it's not gonna be easy. And it's not gonna be easy, and it's gonna be unfair. Life isn't fair. Life is not fair at all. Like, at all. You gotta know life is not gonna be fair. Are you either gonna complain about not being fair, or are you gonna set yourself up to withstand the pains of life? Really push through that part, because it's not gonna be fair. And one thing that I've been kind of learning through this life thing is like, I really gotta keep your plans to yourself. Because like, no one want to be the person that's just talking. Oh yeah, I'm gonna do this, and yeah, I'm gonna do that. F that, really. Like, do it, and be like, oh, congratulations for doing that. I appreciate it. It took a lot of hard work, but I'm still doing more. What are you doing? You gotta see. Simple as that. Let your actions speak for themselves. Like, the true joy of life is peacefully walking in the union with one you love the most. But in order to do that, you gotta love yourself the most. You gotta build that relationship with God and have God within you. Once you do that, then you can invite somebody in, and y'all can walk that path together. But that takes a lot of maturity, a lot of sacrifice, a lot of discipline, because it's like, you're gonna be tempted, and like, the temptation's not gonna stop. But you gotta get stronger for life's temptations. You gotta become more resilient to life's temptations. You gotta become more impeccable in your character, so those temptations don't even have a chance to really penetrate at all. Pause. And then find what you want to do with your life. You know, you gotta find what you want to do in this life. And once you have that clarity, once you have that vision, once you put that plan together, it's all about execution. And once you really know where you're going, like, it's not like you walk in on the path of like your goals, and you know, you kind of looking to the left, you kind of looking to the right. But once you really know what you're doing, like, it's like turns to a track meet. Literally turn to a track meet. Like, you just get up and you like, oh, I gotta do this, this, and this, because it's gonna help me accomplish this, this, and this goals. I'm gonna do a full sprint to it. And like, once you have that connection with God, you realize all this laziness, all this, you know, tiredness, it goes away. Pray about it. God gonna take that laziness from you. He's gonna help you be more disciplined, help you be more consistent. You know, the answer really is God. He's the way, he's the truth, he's the light in this dark world. You know, because this world's not gonna be easy, but relationship with God is really gonna make things easier. And that's all I got for today. You know, emergency broadcast, but you know how to get it out. You know, excited about what's coming next for me. I'm about to head up to my university, graduating with my master's degree in about literally 24 hours. It's 10 a.m. right now, so like, you know, this time tomorrow I'm gonna be walking across the stage, get my second diploma. So it's like I'm excited about what life has in store for me. You know, a lot of different directions I can go. Praying to God for some clarity about that. But you know, love y'all brothers, you know, and sisters. So stay prayed up, you know, keep God first, and get that plan together and execute. You gotta have that vision, man. Love y'all. Out.